Hey everybody, this is Peter with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to be doing another unboxing of a role-playing starter set, and this one is called Animal Adventures from Steam Forged Games. Really excited to get into this one, so we're going to take the camera down to the table, we'll open up the box, we'll see what's inside, I'll give you some thoughts on the contents and the production quality, and then we'll do another video here soon where we talk about the game itself and how it's played. But today it's the unboxing, so let's head down to the table and let's see what's inside. All right, everybody, so we're down to the table with Animal Adventures, the RPG starter set, a spellbinding role-playing game for beginners. Let's go ahead and flip over the box and we'll read about what's inside. Animal Adventures RPG Starter Set. Join intelligent cats and dogs on a spellbinding adventure created for beginners. This set is your gateway into the magical world of role-playing games. Inside is everything you need to play a thrilling RPG campaign with no experience needed. Explore exciting locations, face fearsome and fantastical beasts, and have fun. The set includes simple, easy-to-follow rules, 4 adorable dog miniatures, 3 cat miniatures, 7 character sheets, double-sided game map, game master screen, set of illustrated tokens, and set of dice. All right, so that's everything that's included. Let's go ahead and flip the box back over, and we'll go ahead and open it up. So this is a starter set again, but not just a starter set for this game. This game is meant to be an introduction to the role-playing game hobby, which means everything is very rules light. According to the back of the box. So we're going to open it up. We get our game map that they discussed on the back of the box. All right, so this folds out to a pretty decent sized game mat. And as advertised, it is double-sided, and the maps themselves on the game mat take up half of each side. So we have 2 maps on one side of the mat, and we have 2 more maps on the other side of the mat. If you can't tell, there are grids, and the illustrations themselves are okay. I wouldn't say they're anything fantastic. This one is very, very dark. A little hard to see. This one is brighter. It's got some shaded spots that get a little darker, but the fact that this entire thing here, it's in a dungeon, obviously, of some kind, and so it's very, very dark here. And then on the other side, a little bit brighter, some nice use of color, but the illustrations themselves, nothing super amazing. So they're okay. If anything, I would say a little, maybe a little too dark on some of these pictures. All right, next we have the rulebook and the adventure that's included. So the rulebook itself is very small. It's kind of on a silky, smooth, finished paper. It's 35 pages long. Let's see, there's the adventure bit. So the adventure starts on page 12, which means only the first 10 pages or so are the actual rules of the book, and the first 2 pages cover and contents. So really the rules themselves only going to be about 8 pages long. So again, as said in the back of the box, very rules light, easy to understand. Next, let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is cardboard. This is cardboard. This is our Game Master screen. Okay, so exciting. I like this. A lot of these cheaper, easier to use starter sets come with sometimes just a paper Game Master screen. Now, it's not super tall, but the fact that it is on cardboard is very exciting. That makes me very happy. I like a sturdy Game Master screen that I don't have to worry about it being flimsy and falling down on me while I'm playing. This one will stand nicely, and I like the art that they chose. It's the art from the cover box, and then we have a zoomed in shot of one of the dogs and one of the cats. Nice. All right. So far, favorite piece of the starter set. I'm loving the Game Master screen. Now we've got our tokens that we can punch out for, it looks like, our enemies. We have zombie rats. We have something called a Wrathbone, a Dr. Krankenstein, Goblin Napper, Key, Master Key, Poison Flask. No, this is Poison Fasks. I don't know if that's a typo, maybe. We'll see. Poison Fasks, Potions A and B, and Cages. And then the back of the punch outs are just blank white. So we have our punch outs. Then we have our character sheets. These are again on the same type of paper that the rulebook was made out of. So kind of silky and smooth. It's in color. I like that. We have information about special abilities, spells that this creature is going to be using. This is one of the cats, it looks like. It's a warlock, it says. We do see some hit points, armor class, initiative, speed. I like that. Speed's just in squares, nothing about feet, and then how many feet per square. It's just squares. That's nice. It makes it a lot easier. Attacks and equipment. And then it looks like we have our main abilities here, which are strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And there's no like sub abilities, it doesn't look like. It's just those 6. So I'm assuming that if we would need to make any kind of roll for an ability, it's just one of those 6 abilities. And then if we're making an attack, we're going to be rolling for the attack. And again, we have 7 of those. And then down here at the bottom, underneath an extra piece of plastic, it looks like we have our miniatures and our dice. So the dice here, it's just looking like a set of 8 dice. We got some D20s in there. So 2 D20s, D10s, 8. Yeah. 8, 12. Fantastic. All the normal role-playing dice with 2 D20s. That's great. And then we have our miniatures as well that are included. I'm not sure if I'll be able to zoom in on these real well with my camera. Not really. All right, so these are okay. Not high, not like a super heavy duty resin, but at the same time, they're not super flimsy. They would definitely stand a good coat of paint. You want to make all these details pop out, because that's the thing about these miniatures that I do like. Look at this. Can't get it to zoom. There's some really good detail on the miniatures themselves with all of the equipment that they are carrying around. So we've got, again, it looks like 4 dogs and 3 cats. They're so small. There we go. It's a little bit better. These are some very, very small miniatures. All right. But overall, when it comes to quality, I would say that this is a fairly good quality product. Nothing feels overly cheap. The miniatures, I prefer my miniatures to feel have a slightly more heft to them. But they look really good detail-wise. The dice, there's nothing special about them really, other than that it looks like they've got paw prints on them for probably what it would be like the top number on the dies. I like that all of the character sheets are in color. Again, very easy to understand and read. No issues there. The punch outs themselves, not overly thin or overly thick, just a good set of punch outs for the tokens. The standout for me is definitely the Game Master screen. The fact that they chose to go with cardboard rather than just a flimsy paper Game Master screen made me very, very happy like that. And then the fact that the rule book lives up to what was stated, which is, it looks like it's going to be very rules light. The starter adventure takes up the majority of the book, whereas the rules themselves only take up about 8 pages. So I'm looking forward to reading through those and giving you a video about the rules of the game. And then we have our map, which, again, maybe a little bit on the darker side, but overall, happy with it. Nothing wrong there. So for a starter set, this is pretty good. It's not the best starter set I've ever seen, but for one that is probably, I'm assuming this is mostly for your younger audience. Again, the idea being that if you're just getting into the role-playing games scene or hobby, that you're maybe on the younger age, but also it doesn't have to be for kids because it's a beginner set. You know, I didn't start playing role-playing games till I was 30. I like animals. I don't know that this would be the first one that I would pick up though. So the fact that there's no age range specifically stated for this set has me a little bit confused because it's a beginner role playing game, but the theme itself screams a younger audience. But not all role playing beginners are young, right? So I would have liked there to have been an age range specified on the box for the game. Is this meant for young kids? Is this meant for teenagers, older teens? You know, that's probably going to be decided a little bit by the rules when I get into the rules and see exactly how crunchy they are, how rules light they are. But I would guess, just based off of the theme, that this is meant to be for a younger player, and I'm gonna guess probably 12 or younger. So, but that 8-year-old to 12-year-old range is going to be my guess. But again, the box itself does not state an age group that this is for. So, that is everything for what is inside the box. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully, this helped introduce you to. All right, everybody. Yep. So that was everything that's inside the box for Animal Adventures, the RPG starter set. This was our unboxing. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. Check out all the other great videos that we're putting out. And come back soon when we release our video discussing the rules for this game, how it's played, and maybe again that will help me to figure out exactly who this game is for. Everybody, thanks for watching, and until we talk again, keep on playing games.